Well, hello, everybody out there. This is the Old Guy in the Club podcast. I am the old guy. That is the other old guy, and that's the other old guy down there. That is Neil Jackson from New York City. He's freezing in his house, so if you hear a hum, that is a space heater, so he doesn't freeze his dick off. That is Rob Zilla in San Diego wearing a hoodie because he's freezing, and it's probably 71 degrees.
It is
61 about right?
61 degrees, but also the sun is going down. But yeah. It was nice today. It didn't suck.
It's I mean, I live in a very similar place to San Diego from a climate standpoint, and it doesn't suck right now. I will say that.
No. Did you golf? Did you golf this morning?
No, I haven't golfed since Monday. Monday was the last time I played golf. I've been very, very busy, actually, if you can believe that.
You might have to convince us. Because busy is not exactly your forte, Justin.
I will put it this way. I have been on. This is a good metric. I was on Instagram today for 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. So that means a couple things.
As opposed to what?
Well, hours. So that means a couple things. That means I took 3 minutes to promote the show, and I have not taken a shit today because that's exactly what I'm on Instagram. What?
No, it's just sounds like some pent up aggression. I don't know. Like
no, not at all. Not at all.
We might be getting angry, Justin, because you haven't pooped. No,
I'm good, man. I'm good. I am. Just been busy. I haven't even talked to either of you guys, so we can kind of jump right into what's going on. I mean, Neil, I talked to you like a minute this week. Zilla, I don't think I talked to you, or did I call you about something and need an answer to something? I did. What was it?
You called me and then you were like, I need an answer on this, and we started working on it, and you're like, I got to take this, I got to go, and I never heard from you again. No.
I got it. I order food from this Greek restaurant around the corner, and I was asking you what type of rice it was.
Yeah, and I was like, well,
what kind of rice?
It was like this yellow rice, and I didn't know, like, I don't know what kind of rice it is, so I hit him up. I'm like, yo, what kind of rice is this?
So, I mean, if in a Mediterranean / Middle Eastern joint, predominantly you're going to find either a jasmine or a basmati rice, and it's going to get its yellow color from saffron, a little touch of saffron, and turmeric to give it that nice bright color. So it's actually my mom will tell you, yellow rice is my shit. Like
so good.
I don't know why that comment alone. Yellow rice is my shit.
Well, no, don't get me wrong. Like first of all, every ethnic group in the world has rice, right? Like no matter all four corners of the globe, there are different interpretations of rice. And then every ethnic group kind of puts a spin on it. Like Japanese sushi rice is different than, I don't know. I mean, Middle Eastern rice. And I grew up on Middle Eastern rice with that touch of saffron, that hint of olive oil. It's
so good. It has a little bit of salty in it, like a little saltiness-ish, whatever the fuck it means. Sure. So good.
Buttery-ish.
If you had to get Zilla, this is specifically for you because Neil is a weirdo and doesn't even like French fries. If I put a gun to your head, not that I would ever do that because that would be mean. Okay. And I said you have to choose between giving up rice or bread for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Rice.
Okay. If I told you had to give up rice or potatoes for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Rice.
Neil, that is very not Asian of you. Just not to be racist.
That is very racist, but
really?
Whatever. Absolutely.
No, it's not. No, absolutely not. Rice is a staple of Asian cuisine. So don't even start.
I think rice is a staple. I think rice is a staple of most ethnic cuisines, to be honest, but in the same breath, it's not as versatile. Like if you're telling me between rice and bread, I'm going to pick bread because there go my burger buns. There goes my hot dog buns. There goes my sandwiches. There goes, I mean, is tortilla considered a bread-like device? Because like I'll give up bread before I give up tortillas. I love tortillas.
Tortillas.
Whoa. Hold on. Hey, first of all, Jen, Robert's sister, Jen Hanna in our chat. I would like you to make the call, racist or not racist. We should put a poll up, but we're not going to do that. Jen, it's up to you. So you would give up bread before tortillas. That is crazy talk. You want a sandwich shop.
A tortilla is a bread type vessel. I love a tortilla.
If you ask me, is a tortilla bread, I would give that to you. But you suggested if you had to choose.
Yeah, perhaps. It would be a lot to think about. And as my sister in the chat room says, though, she knows me very well. No more rice pudding. Top 5 desserts for me. I love rice pudding. Mango sticky rice is a go-to. Every time we're eating Thai, there will be a mango sticky rice dessert. I've said this on the podcast before. Just like rice is ubiquitous all around the globe, there's also an interpretation of a rice pudding. Arroz con leche. I mean, whether it's in the Philippines, whether it's in, the Middle East, whether it's in Russia, whether it's in South America, there is an interpretation of rice pudding. And it's delicious.
I've never liked any rice pudding ever in my life in any form.
Flavor or texture? Is it the issue flavor, texture, or both?
I think it's texture.
But I love all desserts. The only thing is like with
you like flan?
I'm never around rice pudding a lot. That's just the thing.
Neil, do you like flan?
Love flan.
Wow.
Me too.
Ugh.
Oh all right, my chat. God.
Flan, yes or no? That we could do a poll on.
See, this is why she's great to have in the chat room. Referring back to Justin's question earlier, I don't know what the racist conversation was to have an opinion on. However, if it was Justin, then yes, it's racist. There you
go. Basically, he was saying, if it was a choice between potatoes and rice, which one? He was actually asking Zilla, but I just jumped in.
No. It was specifically directed to you, Neil.
I was like potatoes. He was like, really? He's like, that is surprising, and I don't mean that in a racist way. And I'm like,
no. I said that's very un-Asian of you.
Yeah.
You know what? You should have just let that one go.
Oh, God.
And I was like, wait, what?
That was so on the fence until you incriminated yourself, Justin.
But I think I feel like I'm having deja vu. I think we had this conversation once before, and I probably made some comment very similar to that one. And I'm not gonna look. Asian food, there's rice in most of it, and Middle Eastern food too. Yeah. So and Latin food.
Yes.
Rice is everywhere.
This is my point. Oh. Rice is, that's the point I've been making. Rice is everywhere. Rice is delicious. It's great. But if I have to choose between rice and potatoes, I'm picking potatoes. Why? Because there's mashed potatoes, French fries, baked potatoes. There's the hash browns. There's the McDonald's hash brown that Justin would give a kidney up for. I mean, there's so many different interpretations. And don't get me wrong, you could have paella, you could have Spanish rice, you could have a saffron rice we were talking about. But I'm a potato guy. That's the way I roll.
Yeah, same.
I'm with you. I am definitely with you on that. I agree. We just had an argument, but we all agree. That's what this show's all about.
Yeah, bringing people together.
This is not at all what the show's about.
We
take different routes, but we get to the same place.
Yeah.
Hold on one second.
Bringing people together, one racist comment at a time.
It's like, Neil, if anybody should absolutely love rice, it's you.
Yeah. I mean, and you're only half Asian. I mean, what? Justin, that was on the moral equivalent of Neil, if anybody should be an expert on fried chicken, like you can't say shit like that.
Zilla, no, see, you went there. That's not okay.
Yeah, with your height,
See,
Neil,
I was
and you're
about-
part black,
fat.
you should be playing basketball like
I was-
crazy.
I was about to say the same thing, except I was about to say. Hold on.
You just chose to exploit his non-blackness for the sake of the joke, and then left yourself wide open. Like, oh yeah.
See, I was gonna prove. I was gonna do that differently and make a comment about me liking mayonnaise and that being, super racist. But you went fried chicken. I mean, what am I gonna say? I can't beat that.
I love mayonnaise too. I love Japanese
And
mayonnaise.
I love fried chicken. Who doesn't like fried chicken? It's delicious. Wasn't that the Chappelle skit?
It's great.
I thought when you said who doesn't love fried chicken, I was waiting for you to look at my panel on the stream, like Neil. You know you love fried chicken.
Do you like fried chicken?
Yes, absolutely. I love fried chicken.
No.
But
Yeah, you like that
now?
place?
Now
What's
it
that
makes
place
it even
called?
weirder for you to even ask me that kind of question.
No, it doesn't. We're all friends here.
Have we had a deep dive conversation about fried chicken on this show?
No.
Because I'm going to tell you.
Should we? I'm up for it.
Well, look, because we were so well prepared for today's show. So, there are your traditional chicken places, right? You've got your Colonel Sanders, you've got your Popeyes, and then, of course, the places that are long gone, like Pioneer Chicken, if you're a West Coast kid, Churches. Down south, you've got the Bojangles. But man, oh man, recently.
Bojangles?
Yeah, Bojangles.
Bojangles.
Oh, okay.
Bojangles. It's a chain in the southern states.
Yeah, it'd be like
Point
their churches, I think.
Yeah, Churches. There's lots. But guys, for as much as I think fried chicken is very much an American staple, our friends from Korea have smashed. Like there is like Korean the real KFC should stand for Korean, because Korean fried chicken is infinitely better than anything that the Colonel is popping out.
Let's not say infinitely better.
It's way better.
Oh yeah, but yes,
let's
better
have a
than the
conversation
Colonel.
about it. Sure.
Better than the Colonel, yes.
Okay.
Well, you go to like Blue Ribbon Sushi and have some fried chicken, or Blue Ribbon Bakery. It's
isn't
incredible.
Blue
It's
Ribbon
normal fried chicken.
No.
No.
Blue Ribbon. I will argue this point that Blue Ribbon is an Asian-inspired interpretation of fried chicken. It's just like Japanese or Korean fried chicken. It is different.
I feel like everywhere makes better fried chicken than America.
Isn't it great?
Yeah, Japanese fried chicken, so good, man.
Yeah, it really is.
Where did fried chicken start? Is it American?
I don't know.
Chat.
What do you think?
Someone out there has Google fingers. Let's see what you got. I know someone's going to come up with like a
beats having penis fingers. Taking us back to episode 15.
Dick hands.
Dick hands.
Oh God. So what else do we have to talk about today?
Yeah, that is true. Claudia in the chat
there
said
is
there
no
is no Mexican fried chicken, and I'm surprised there isn't.
Hold on, but there is El Pollo Loco.
But that's not fried. That's roasted, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's rotisserie.
It's actually flame broiled.
Damn, I have not had El Pollo Loco in so long. Is that still around?
Oh, dude, my sister, quite possibly.
Damn it.
Her favorite fast food would be El Pollo Loco.
Yeah, El Pollo Loco.
There was
decent.
There was an incredible fast food fried chicken place in New York City, in Queens, called Pollo Campero. You ever hear of it, Neil?
No, I haven't heard of that one.
Oh man, it was hot back in the day. Incredible. It's not Mexican though, but it is from like South America, I believe.
No, it's actually they are. There's one here in San Diego, if I'm not mistaken.
No way.
Oh, Lisa S is saying El Salvadorian.
Yeah, it's
that could be right. That could be right.
Pollo Campero is a fast food restaurant chain located in Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, Ecuador, Nicaragua, Mexico, Spain, Bahrain, the United States, Belize, Haiti, Montserrat, and the British Virgin Islands with 400 locations, 70 of which are here in the United States. Yes, 70 in the States.
I just thought it was like a local Queens chain with a few
mom
locations.
and pop.
That's
No,
crazy. It's like what's his name? Gus. What was Gus's chicken place called? On Breaking Bad.
Those Pollos Hermanos.
Yes.
All right, I'm just curious. Now that we're talking about, it seems like everybody's popping up. I just would like to know from the chat, what is your favorite fried chicken place? Because Mighty Rel is saying Juan Pollo.
Johnny Chicken?
Zenko?
Zanku. Zilla knows.
Zanku chicken is again my jam, but it is not fried chicken. It is Middle Eastern rotisserie chicken, and you can get your pita bread, your hummus, your baba ganoush, your falafel, all of that goodness on the side as well. They do a good job. I'm a big fan. Some of the things that are coming up here in the chat room. Let's see. Zanku is fire. Yes, I agree. Zanku is fire. Claudia is asking, Zilla, is your sandwich shop near Encinitas? I'm going to a wedding there in July. Congratulations. Staying at the Omni in Encinitas. Want to visit your sandwich shop. We're about 20 minutes south of Encinitas, down Interstate 5. Let me know if you're coming through. You
should bring some Crossroads Deli to the wedding.
Yes. I mean, it's probably going to be better than anything they're going to serve you there anyways. So maybe take a turkey club and just put it in your handbag.
Just whip it out in the middle of dinner.
And then when they bring out, your overcooked steak and not quite well-cooked chicken, you'll be like, no, I got this. Reach into your handbag, whip out an Al's Famous Club, take a couple of bites out of it, and you're good to go. You're going to be burning up the dance floor for the rest of the reception. You're good.
When you go to a wedding, why do they even ask you what temperature you'd like your steak? It comes out medium well. It doesn't matter where you are, it's coming out medium well.
Wait, where?
Any wedding you go to, if you get the steak.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I would argue that you're correct.
Yes,
as usual. Maybe it's just theater, And how would you like that cooked? It gives the worst thing to do. What kind of salad dressing would you like? And all there is ranch and balsamic. You don't really get a choice on your salad dressing. It is. Some of these other, I want to get through some of these chains that we asked about earlier. I want to. So my sister, again, Jen, there is a chain locally here which is expanded throughout Southern California. They are posed for a national expansion. Crack Shack, Chef Richard Blaze. Crack Shack has, it's funny. You guys are gonna think that this is funny, right? So there's a high-end restaurant here in Little Italy, San Diego, called Juniper and Ivy, and in the parking lot was a old metal shack, and the owners and the chef partner at the time took a look at that, and they were like, let's just sell some fried chicken out of the shack. And lo and behold, the very first Crack Shack was born. It is now up to multiple locations all throughout the region. They do a darn good fried chicken. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome our good friend Timmy Zotz to the podcast. Hi, Tim.
He can't see you.
He can't hear. He can't see or hear.
Uncle Zilla's saying hello. And there's Neil.
Hey, bud.
Hey.
He's waving back. Nice. Some of the other...
Yeah,
sorry,
go
really quick. Some of the other ones.
Go.
Jen is saying El Pollo Loco is better than Zanku. Mighty Rel saying Juan Pollo is rotisserie as well. Golden Bird is recommended.
That's so
Lisa's saying we have a gas station here called Royal Farms, and their fried chicken is fire. Let's see. Korean by me is Chi MC Chicken. Let's see. And then, of course, Pinky. Your friend from Pinky's Hot Box. I want to try that. Their Asian-inspired fried chicken sandwiches. I love me a good fried chicken sandwich.
Man. We, it's funny. Blue Ribbon actually came out with just a standalone shop on its own dedicated to the fried chicken. And they have a sick fried chicken sandwich.
I am still going to vote for Blue Ribbon.
Sanders.
Blue Ribbon. It is so good, man.
I mean, it's good. It's really good. I don't know if it's like stand like it's. I don't know if it's that good.
Okay.
There's a chain here. It is a chain store. I try not to do chains, but Bonchon, they do a decent job on the Korean fried chicken.
Yeah, we have that here too.
And then there's actually a guy that just opened up a spot not too far from my sandwich shop. His name is Calvin, and it's Calvin's Korean fried chicken. And it's just some Korean dude named Calvin frying up the chicken. It looks like it's like Asian version of my dad, senior citizen frying chicken. Can't go wrong. It has to be good when there's somebody like they're just doing the work. So
he just sounds like a nice guy. Oh, that's Calvin.
Calvin. I've never met an asshole named Calvin.
That's true.
Have you not watched Back to the Future?
Wait, which one was he?
Who was Calvin?
Marty McFly. But
what?
his mom.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
They kept referring to him as Calvin.
Because of his underwear.
In the beginning of the movie, they thought his name was Calvin Klein because of his underwear.
Oh, right. That's right. That's right. I'm like, Calvin.
So not to go off the topic we're on, because we can always come back to it.
Sure.
But to everyone in the chat that's been with us since day one, first of all, thank you. Second of all, last week was the first Friday that we did not do a show in 35 weeks.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, and the reason is I agreed to a work function, forgetting that I had to do the show. I'm kind of crazy lately.
Shows you where the priorities are.
Well, I mean, I haven't been out in a long time, so I figured I'd go out. So I went out, and went out at 2:00 for lunch and got home around 10:00 at night. It was a fun day. So yeah, thanks for coming back. But the guys didn't. We were gonna have the guys just do the show, but then we realized it's just not the same without me. So
who would we bag on?
Yeah, so now we're back.
I just haven't heard that term, bagging.
You like that? Tea bag. Since we're on the subject, here's the blind side, you guys. I may be a little tardy next week, and I'll tell you guys why. Mama and Papa Zilla are getting their boosters. They're getting their second shots for the immunization. And, the super centers, we covered this in a previous podcast. It's not exactly the easiest to get to. It's a little, it's in a pretty densely populated part of the city, which is, we live out here in the suburbs. So I'm going to Uber them. I'm going to be their personal Uber and take them to go get shots, their second round of shots. So depending on how that goes, as quickly as we get home, I'll jump on. But if I'm not here, maybe I'll just check in from the super station, from the injection site, and let you guys know how it's going.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I would love to see that.
Yeah, just see.
Well, no, I just like to see what it looks like down there. If it's like a disaster movie, or it's like a normal, just.
Well, when we did round one, it's basically you pull into a giant parking lot, and then they've got like 6 or 7 rows of tents, and you just pull into the tents, and then the nurses come by, and they ask you for your ID and all the pertinent information. You have to have an appointment. You just can't walk up. So they just match your ID to your appointment time. They do a cursory check. Have you ever had an allergic reaction to a vaccine or this, that, whatever? They've got, some personal medical questions they ask of you, and then roll up your arm and let's go to town.
I was listening to another. Go ahead.
Claudia was saying, be prepared for them to show symptoms with the second vaccine. We are actually planning on that. So I'm actually just going to close the restaurant on Saturday. Let them sleep it off. What do I care?
Yep.
Man, that thing. There's a streamer, a buddy of mine, that's just out of commission. That second shot seems to be laying. Yeah, it seems to be laying people out.
I've heard both. I've heard exactly what you guys are saying. I've also heard nothing. but I did hear I was listening to another podcast today, and he said it's like a drive-through thing. So you pull in, and they said to him, they gave him the shot, and they said you need to go park over there for 20 minutes. If you have trouble breathing, just start honking your horn.
Well, I mean, anaphylaxis is a thing. It's the same thing. Like even when you get your flu shot, they ask you to sit tight for 10 minutes just to make sure that you're good. It's it's nothing out of the ordinary. It's just it's new, and so here we are. Jen is saying, I hear if you go late in the day, you can ask for a vaccine and you'll get it. I'm hearing the same thing. Like they obviously don't want doses to go to waste. So if they have overages and you're not quite within the parameters of who's getting them quite yet, but they can't carry doses over to the next day, then and only then they might administer them. Just why? Because what's the point in not putting vaccines into people's arms? But
so if they give you the first round, you get a card. Do they have to give you the second round? I would think so, right?
Yeah. I think that once you're in it, like you have to go through there. You got it, Neil. Do you see how he just snapped those headphones off? That was a very aggressive snapping of headphones.
Apparently, there's something way more important than this show.
Bro, there's literally everything could be more important than this show.
That's actually that is spot on. There's there's literally nothing that this show is more important than.
Thank goodness we've got our nice little community of friends that takes time out of their evenings, their weekends to come visit us every week. But we're not changing the world here, not by a long shot.
No, certainly not. What else? I'll tell you this, and this is I could save this for Grinds My Gears. But who knows if we'll even do Grinds My Gears this week. I am fucking exhausted. Like, it has been a week from hell. I shouldn't say that. Just been a very busy week, which is good. I like being busy. I know LA traffic is horrible. I am fully aware.
Okay.
Phoenix traffic is no joke. I know it's Claudia. I look sunburned. It's just I probably high blood pressure or something. I'm not sunburned. I don't even go out. Like, I haven't played golf since Monday. Can't be sunburned.
He's just waiting to yell at somebody. Something will set him off.
I gotta get it out.
And he'll start looking pasty white like me.
Yeah. But I think in the last 3 days, just in my normal course of business, running errands, doing a couple things here and there, I think I've probably put 250 to 300 miles on my car in the last 3 or 4 days. That is too much. I can't deal with it. And Zilla, my history with car buying, right? So I helped a friend out today buy a car.
And my phone didn't ring? I'm offended.
He threatened to call you, and I said no. I said, absolutely not. I am doing this for you.
Wait, which friend is this? Now I want to know.
We were at his wedding in Mexico.
Okay, got it.
But yeah, at one point in this whole thing, he had his phone out. He's like, I'm going to fucking text Zilla right now. And I was like, no. But we got him a great deal. He got a ridiculous car. And to be honest, a good friend of ours who you know as well, Zilla, that lives here in Arizona, has a friend who's a GM of this dealership. He introduced me to this guy. The guy was incredible. Like, what a great experience. And this dealership opened today.
Wow. What'd they get?
Land Rover, Range Rover, nice one.
Nice.
And he got the 4th car ever out of that dealership.
Nice.
So yeah, he was very happy about that. And the 3 before him were all Defenders.
Yeah, the Defender's a good looking truck. It's a good looking truck.
Zilla, you couldn't drive it.
Oh, of course not.
Me neither. I got in. It was horrible.
Hey,
AKA JFO. Yes, this is a Random Hats of Kindness hat. our good friend Matt Mira. I think he was in the chat earlier, and he didn't say hello. What's up with that? But he's a dad with like 12 kids, and he probably had some things to do. So yeah, my experience today was great though. Like normally I get out of the car dealership and either I sign some ridiculous deal that I then have to go back and like threaten to sue them like I did last time, or that really happened, Neil. Or it was like today where like at the end of the day, there was no pressure on me because I'm not buying the car. Yeah. And I've said this like, Neil, you break my chops a lot, right?
I like to think.
Yeah. But you would admit that I'm a pretty good negotiator, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Now, my negotiating philosophy. Don't give me that look, Ziller. I'm an agent. I better be. That's
why I was literally just thinking that. I'm like, I've stuck around this long. You've got to be pretty good.
I think this is 6.5 years now. I've been an agent. So, look, my negotiating philosophy is very different than like a Sujit, for people that know. You guys all know Sujit, a friend of the show, as they say, a friend of all of ours. It's just a different style. Like I said earlier, we kind of take different routes, and we'll get to the same place at the end of it. I am the worst negotiator on the planet for myself.
That's typical, though, isn't it?
I know it is. I know, and that's why people have agents, which I get it. So going into this negotiation today, it wasn't too much of a negotiation. Like the guy was going to take care of us, and do the best he could. I knew that. But it was actually a pleasant experience, not like stressing about what was going to happen at the end of this day, because it wasn't my car. Like I was going to do my best to get, our friend a good deal. And we did. And I had 3 cups of coffee from this beautiful brand new coffee machine. I had some golden Oreos. It was a pleasant way to spend an afternoon.
Golden Oreos.
Yeah, it's the ones that are. It's got the vanilla. It's got the vanilla cookie instead of the chocolate cookie.
Are you not familiar with a golden Oreo, Neil?
No. I know what they are. It's just I've never had anybody say, golden Oreos. That's my shit.
If you made me choose between regular and golden, I would choose golden for the rest of my life.
Same.
They are.
Would you
delicious.
Milk chocolate or white chocolate?
Well, white chocolate isn't chocolate.
White chocolate is very much so chocolate.
White chocolate is not chocolate. It's just butterfat. It's not actually a chocolate. But
First of all, that was my nickname in high school. That's first.
White chocolate. Your name was White Chocolate. So you were a fraudulent chocolate.
A diet chocolate.
Just a big glob of butter is what I was. If that's what it is. So anyway, no, I love white chocolate, but there's only so much white chocolate you could eat. I think.
Yeah.
You could eat regular chocolate all day long.
I'll bathe in white chocolate. Bathe in it.
I'm a dark chocolate guy.
Dark chocolate.
Yeah, I like bitter. Like I like the bittersweet, darker. That's I don't like milk chocolate. I shouldn't say I don't like it, but if I have to choose between the two, I will gravitate towards dark chocolate more so than I would a milk chocolate.
Interesting.
Wow.
I like a dark chocolate if there's like some caramel and sea salt in it to give it a little more sweetness.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like dark chocolate is like the black licorice of chocolates.
No.
Oh.
A little bit.
I don't know. That's a good one. I'm trying to wrap my head around this.
And to answer a question in the chat room, yes, golden Oreos are like the grandma's vanilla cookies, but on a much larger scale. And they're crunchier.
I still have Girl Scout cookies. Believe it or not, I have not eaten them all. I will probably have one after this. I still have some Dozy Doughs and trefoils.
Just since we were back to the subject of car buying, is it weird that I enjoy buying cars? I love the whole negotiation thing. I love the challenge.
Here's my question first.
Shoot.
Do you typically go somewhere you know somebody, or do you go somewhere you know nobody? Because I would love
at a car dealership?
To negotiate a car if I didn't know anybody. But every time I'm there and it's somebody that I have some connection to. so I can't go ham.
It depends. It depends, right? Like I think that every single time I will still do my research and know what's out there and go in there and make an educated. When I go someplace where I know somebody, I'm there to make an equitable deal. If I'm going someplace where I don't know somebody, I'm there to scorch earth. I'm there to take them out and, squeeze every last nickel, dime, and penny out of the deal that I possibly can. The person sitting across that desk is my enemy, and they shall pay for, trying to be between me and my next vehicle.
Well, I mean, I've never actually negotiated any sort of deal for a car.
You know what? You know what I'd like to pay for a car? I'll tell you what I'd like to pay for a car. The minimum amount that the dealer will be happy with. That's what I'd like to pay. I don't want to beat anyone up. I don't want to make him feel bad about a deal. I just want everyone to be happy. A good deal is when everyone's happy.
I've been thrown out of car dealerships. I've literally been thrown out of a Chrysler dealership.
So
because I've been so aggressive.
Jesus.
So I believe that, and I've stormed out a couple times, but once was a ploy, once wasn't. But today we had a plan going in, and I'm like, believe it or not, I'm the nice guy, right? We all know this.
Yeah, sure.
So today we had a plan. We were gonna go in together. He was gonna be the nice guy, and then I was gonna make him leave somehow, and then I was gonna put the screws to the guy. I was gonna be bad cop.
Put the screws to the guy.
What is this? What is this like a buddy? Is this like a buddy cop comedy? Like
yes.
Good cop, bad cop. I'm gonna put the screws to that guy.
Oh, we had a plan. So we had a plan. As I said, this was day one. This was day one of this opening of this place being open, right? So it's still a construction zone. There's like guys doing tile on the wall. So and it's beautiful. It's a Land Rover dealership. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I walk in. I got there about 20 minutes before them. So I get there. I have a cup of coffee, a little snack. They're offering me water. So my friend shows up. He calls me. He's like, I'm outside. I'm like, hey, man, we got to change this plan. I'm already good cop. This place is too nice. The plan went to shit right from the beginning. There was no bad cop anywhere to be found today.
You ended up paying double for the Land Rover.
Oh, it was so funny.
Justin was there for moral support, ended up buying a car himself,
I swear to God, I was so tempted. But the guy...
To hell with my Cherokee, right? What do I need that for?
Well, I'm telling you right now, my car is fine. There's nothing wrong with my car. I don't care. I'd like to be a little more comfortable, but whatever. I'll deal with it, right? I really, really, really want to buy a Tesla or something electric because I fill my car up every 4 to 5 days. That's insane.
Yeah.
I spend $400 to $500 a month on gas. That's bananas. That's how much I drive out here.
It almost makes up for whatever you're paying more for the car to get a more expensive car than you are paying in the gas.
Here's the thing. I'll tell you exactly what I pay. I mean, you can look it up if you want. If you wanted to know.
I remember the deal, but go on.
Oh yeah, you remember. So I have a couple-year-old Jeep Grand Cherokee. I pay $650 a month. Okay, it's a finance, not a lease or anything. It's a finance. I pay $650 a month, and I pay like $400 or $500 in gas. If I got a Tesla and paid $1,000 or $1,200 a month, it's the same freaking thing. So why wouldn't I? And the thing will drive me around.
I don't disagree. Like it can take you to and from happy hour.
That's not legal, is it? Because that would
be it's completely illegal. That would be, of course not.
But wait, don't Teslas drive you?
Or do you think do you think that eventually that law will change?
Maybe by the it's
30 years from
some
now.
Time. Yeah, I think by the time we are collecting Social Security, sure.
Oh, but, Jen, what type of car do you drive? Or Zilla, you can answer that question for me. Or does she just not drive anywhere?
Jen, do you want? I don't want to make sure I'm not outing her. Jen drives a Mercedes. I'll just say it like that.
Oh.
She drives a Benz, and up in the chat earlier, she did mention that one of her best friends. Her husband is a sales manager at a local Mercedes-Benz dealership, and Jen goes in and this is what I want. This is what I want to pay, and you're going to find a way to make it happen. And
so wait, so did she make a deal where they pay for her gas?
Is that exists?
I'm trying to figure out what's going on. How is it possible she hasn't filled her car up in 3 months?
Because she doesn't drive anywhere. She works from home. That's why.
Okay.
She goes to the office one.
There's no sinister plan here, huh?
No, she goes to the office 1, maybe 2 days a week, and Jen's office, we could actually see her office from our backyard. We're on that little ridge, and you can kind of oversee the canyon, and on the other side of the canyon are all the high rises. Her office is one of those high rises, so that's why. So she has a full 2 mile each way commute on surface roads. If she gets adventurous, maybe she takes the highway. I have to ask her, but that would actually be the long way. So, Jen buys her cars from our friend or her best friend's husband. We're all friends with, and but I don't know. I go ahead.
For anyone in the chat that's buying a car anytime soon and they are not comfortable buying a car, or they don't like it, or they're not sure what to do, DM Rob Zilla. He will help you. I'm throwing that out there, Zilla. These are our friends.
Thanks for volunteering. I'll say this. Look, I'm not an expert in buying cars. However, I've bought my fair share of cars. True story. My dad has not set foot into a car dealership to buy a car since 1990.
What does your dad drive?
Dad drives. Are you ready for this? You already know the answer to this, Justin.
Of course I do.
My dad drives a 2021 Toyota Highlander. This is his 6th Highlander because he loves that truck. It is.
Can you say it like your dad would say it? It's the greatest thing ever.
Highlander.
I love it. He's tried to I think every time I tried to buy a car in San Diego before I did, he would try to talk me into buying a Highlander. And I test drove one only because your dad raves about them, and I could. When I get in a car, if I have the first test that I have before I'm going to buy a car. If I get in and I put the seat all the way back, I'm very tall. If I can't straighten out my left leg the whole way, I will not buy the car.
Yeah, now,
my Jeep, I can't straighten out my leg the whole way. Unfortunately, I don't know why I bought it.
You bought it. And I know. You bought it.
I know. I sat in the Defender today because I was like, "Whoa, maybe I need one of these," and it was just not comfortable at all for someone my size.
Yeah, I'm bigger than you, and comfort in a vehicle is a big thing. I'm not all that comfortable in the Highlander for a short distance. It's fine, but if I have to, when we drove, I actually, on the deal that I did on his last one, I didn't even get it in San Diego. I went up to Orange County and got it because there's just better deals to be had up in the Orange County and LA metros. And, but by a significant amount, it's got to be worth your while to drive 90 minutes north of where you live to go to a car dealership, go through the entire process, and then come back down. So without getting into the financials of it all, I'll just tell you that it was worth it in comparison to what you could find here on the local level. So
I miss San Diego. Our good friends that had the car dealerships, and we just go there and they'd be like, "Yeah, just pick something out. What do you want?" And you should be like, "I don't know. I'll take that Escalade right there with the 24-inch rims." And he's like, "All right, it'll be $1,000 a month." Oh, okay, cool. And then 6 months later, you'd run into him and he'd be drinking at your club, and you'd be like, "How do you like your truck?" I'm like, "I'm thinking about something else." "Oh, well, what do you want?" I'm like, "I don't know." He's like, "Come in tomorrow." So I go in and he's like, "Anything look good?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's that right there?" "Oh, that's a Mercedes S-Class." "Oh, let me sit in that." I drive that thing. The seats massage you. Yeah. And they're fucking, and I swear, and when you turn, it hugs you. It supports your body as you turn. And I was like, "Oh my God, this is the greatest car of all time." So I'm like, "What's the deal with this?" He's like, "Yeah, I don't know, like $1,200. I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I'll do it." This is when I was actually making money. And then 6 months later, I'm like, "This is the dumbest thing I've ever bought. I don't need this thing. I'm paying $1,200 a month No, it was actually $1,500 a month. I'm like, I'm paying $1,500 a month for a car.
What
I don't need
mortgage?
this. Like, so I call him up. I'm like, hey, bro, and I'm not gonna say his name. Hey, like, I don't need this thing anymore. I got to get out of this. Like, I'm sure there'll be some kind of fee, like, to turn it back in early. Like, what do you want from me? It's like, oh, no, I made enough money on this already. Don't worry about it. Just bring it back.
I was gonna sell it again, anyways.
And that was the guy that went to prison for a little while. Yeah. And then I got a Jeep, and I was the happiest guy. I had my Jeep. That was the best car I ever had. My Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Listen,
No,
drive
my Wrangler, not my Cherokee.
Oh yeah, your Wrangler was dope. I liked your Wrangler. Yeah. I mean, listen, for those keeping score at home, because of the deli and pre-COVID, I had a dry cleaning and laundry business, so it made sense. I was driving a Chrysler Pacifica minivan, but this isn't like your average creeper minivan. Justin, you've been in this thing. Like mine is, decked out, black on black, 22-inch wheels. It's, but like now I don't have the dry cleaning business anymore. I only go into the deli a couple days a month. So I don't know. Maybe it's time for me to move on to something else.
Oh, I totally just remembered something. Does that mean you're getting a new car? We have to talk about that.
Perhaps, maybe.
I mean, you don't go anywhere, so why would you need a new car? But so on my third cup of espresso today at the dealership, I decided I was going to go make it myself, not really ask anybody. It was like, so I go in there and it's like this machine. It's like a fucking spaceship, right? So I go in there and I'm like trying to figure it out, and I take the thing and I put it in there and I push the thing in, put the cup under, nothing. I'm like, oh no, I think I broke the machine. And this is like a multi-$1,000 machine. I'm like, I go back and I tell our friends, I'm like, I think I broke the espresso machine. And they're dying. They're like, are you going to tell anybody? I'm like, I think I have to. That's just me. That's who I am. Like someone else might just pretend like, or think like, oh, they're buying a $100,000 car. Like I should tell them. So the guy's coming over and I'm like, hey, I got to be honest with you. I think I broke the espresso machine. So I told him. And I'm like, can we go look at it? He's like, yeah. So we go over there. He opens the thing up. And the thing I put in was nowhere to be found. So he put one in, shoved the thing in, pressed the button, made me a cup of coffee. It was the most bizarre thing, but I'm glad I was honest.
Was it one of those packets that looks like a juice box, like a
exactly
apple juice
the
packet?
squeezy thing? Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it looked like.
It has like the little nozzle on the top, and you just got to put it in there. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
That's it. You have to really try to break that. I mean, you have to put a concerted effort to try and defeat that espresso machine. It's at a car dealership, for the love of Pete. It's not like, they're expecting the guys that landed the Mars rover to be operating on it. They're expecting people like us to walk through the door.
No. What they're expecting is to get their customers coffee. They're not expecting Land Rover customers to get up and go make their own coffee. But me, being me, I just walk in there like, and I'm joking around with everybody, and we're not your typical Land Rover customers.
Apparently not.
I mean, I don't own a Land Rover, so I'm not a Land Rover customer. But our friends, they're in sweatpants, and we're just hanging out. Like we were laughing, we were loud. People were coming over, hanging out with us, and then they did like a tutorial for like the entire staff on the coffee machine. So I sat in on that, so now I know how to do it.
Yeah.
But
so
when I
because
first
of this
walked
guy,
right. We're not going to allow anybody to near the coffee machine. This is how new this place is. It opened today. I walked in after driving like 45 minutes. I walk in, the salesman comes up. He's like, hey, how can I help you? I'm like, oh, hey, I'm here to meet, so-and-so, and my friends are meeting me. Hey, point me to the bathroom. Like, I just got out of a long ride. He's like, I don't even know where it is. I go, what are you talking about? You don't know where the bathroom is? He's like, yeah, we just opened up. But
where do you go, bro?
I guess he never went to the bathroom there. So we found it eventually. So yeah, it was a fun day.
All I know is that if I'm going to my first day of work, of the things that I'd like to know when I show up on my first day, where do I poop is at the top of the list. Like, where's my desk? Where do I poop?
I'm not pooping at work on my first day. No way.
What?
Nope.
You don't want to know where to go?
Oh, I would want to know where to go. I would want to know where
That's my
someone
point.
else can
No,
go.
I'm not saying I'm going to go in and drop bombs on day one. That is not what I'm suggesting.
Sometimes you just got to do it just to claim your territory. You got to let the people, let the other people in your office know, like,
yeah,
this is what I'm about.
Yeah, or as our friend DJ Darth Vader says in the chat room, you got to stake your claim.
Yeah. You know?
Jen in the chat room says something. We've talked about this in the old Hard Rock days. You have to find the secret bathrooms. And so help me, every place of employment has like the places you're supposed to go, and then like the other places that nobody knows that you can go.
Yeah.
Those are the good ones. Where you can, sit back, relax.
Oh, I know what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're throwing down.
Well, go ahead.
No, I got nothing.
It's all you.
I was just going to say, speaking of secret bathrooms, I have an In-N-Out milkshake sitting in my fridge waiting for me when this is done.
Are you owning the fact that you're lactose intolerant, that you're going to be needing a bathroom after consuming the milkshake?
I mean, I before the show, I had a call I was on with a couple different people, but as I was on the call, I was like scarfing down In-N-Out. So yeah, at some point, it's happening.
In-N-Out sounds freaking delicious tonight.
It was so good. It's the consistency of In-N-Out is unparalleled.
Yeah. I actually, Jen in the chat was asking who I was texting, and I was actually ordering a pizza. I was like, shit, it is 9:00 here. I better put this order in now.
So who did you order a pizza from?
This new spot
Domino's.
called, it's actually, Domino's is actually across the street from my house. And it's shocking that it's still there, because I'm like, out of all the pizza places, this one still does. I mean, Domino's still does okay in New York, apparently. This one is La Margarita. And I just ordered. Good. Weirdly enough, this pizza place offers ranch dressing.
Oh,
that is unheard of in New York City. What are you talking about? Ranch dressing complements pizza.
No.
I don't disagree. I enjoy a good dunk. I mean, listen, I guess there's something to be said if the pizza doesn't require it to be dunked in ranch, but dunking a corner in some ranch is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
So do you dunk the whole pizza or just the crust?
The crust. I mean, I usually do it with the crust because for me, the crust. I mean, if you have good crust, you have good crust. But it just gives it that little
almost
kick.
Get behind that. Almost. I'll tell you that when I moved to Idaho the first time, I went out for a pizza or wherever, and what they do there, and I don't know if this is specific to Idaho or it's a thing, they dip their crust in honey.
Oh, dude.
And that's actually delicious.
Have you ever had hot honey on a pepperoni pizza?
Oh, I actually just recently had that.
It is a game changer.
Yeah.
On the way you eat pizza. Not honey. I'm not listen, honey is great. That's good. But I'm talking hot honey, where it's equal parts hot sauce and honey, and it's got some spice and some kick to it.
Yeah, it's like a honey with a chili sauce kind of thing.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I think I'm okay with that. You guys might think I'm crazy.
Yes.
Well, I know you do.
No, we already do. You're just talking at this point.
Yes. Confirmed.
Growing up, what my dad does is when he gets down to the crust, he takes butter and puts it on the crust.
I approve.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I mean, it's just like a breadstick. Why wouldn't you if I was at Olive Garden.
Yeah, so what I do, I've taken it to another level. So you know that Land O'Lakes butter and olive oil spread?
Yeah. So I have it in the fridge.
Which I put that on everything. It's great. And it's legit. It's just butter and olive oil. It's not like any other shit in there. It's great. So I put that on, and then I sprinkle some salt on.
Yeah.
And it's
I approve.
Yeah, it's so good. And I mean, has there been a better invention in the last 20 years than Trader
pizza?
Joe's everything but the bagel?
Seasoning?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Why did no one think of that?
I have it. I actually have it. I was actually disappointed because it didn't really have anything to it. There was like really nothing to it.
It's got poppy seeds, onions, ground, dehydrated garlic. What else
Onions,
is in
garlic.
Yeah, I just didn't
sesame,
taste
poppy.
anything. It just didn't have it. I don't know. I put it on and yes, that's why I fucking love Darth Vader. McCormick's Montreal steak salt. I put that shit on everything. Everything. Way better than but everything but the bagel seasoning did sound ideal, but it just didn't.
I'll tell you what you need to do, Neil. You put that. You have to add a little bit of salt.
Yep.
Because it brings out the flavor of everything.
Oh wait, of what?
When you use the everything with the bagel, you got to add a little salt on top too.
Okay,
it helps with everything.
That's probably why. Because I was like, when I had it, I was like, I don't taste anything really.
Yep. It'll really enhance all those flavors.
Dude, McCormick's Montreal steak salt, man, I grew up on that shit. You should try it. Like,
oh, I have.
So good. I actually just ordered it yesterday, a big ass container, because I ran out of one that big.
So my high school religion teacher was Mr. McCormick. It was his family that did this, like those spices.
No way. You
got
the plug. I need the
No, he didn't really. I mean, can you imagine that it was a religion class? I was not a well-liked student, as you could imagine.
Oh, so you were like this since
Oh yeah, dude. I like my buddy who I what?
I'm like Mr. McCormick's out in the back of the classroom slanging little packets of Montreal steak seasoning.
He's like flicking it like
no, Mom, it's not weed. It's just oregano. No, it really is just oregano. I got it from Mr. McCormick.
Oh, now that I think about it, he wasn't religion. He was music. He was a music teacher. He was always singing.
Well,
never liked that guy.
Case.
So back in high school, one of my best friends, who was one of my best friends to this day, he actually lives about 20 minutes away from me. He was like, he worked in the office of the school as like something. Maybe he was class president. I don't even fucking know. But for whatever reason, he was in charge of like putting students in certain classes. So he would put our group of friends in all the same classes. So, yeah, my senior year of high school was pretty incredible. It's all been downhill since then.
Way to live in the past there, Jay-Z.
I know, and I never do that. Like, I have friends of mine that hit me up, and they're like, oh, remember so-and-so from high school? I'm like, absolutely not.
No.
I don't remember anybody except like these 5 people that I'm friends with still. Yeah.
To your point earlier, though, for all Trader Joe's seasonings, it's been my experience that every Trader Joe's seasoning requires the addition of salt.
And I understand you can always put more salt in, but you can't take it out. So I get that. And I'm a salt fanatic. You know that. Like, so I'm always putting salt in, but so I get that. I mean, it's understandable.
My favorite, I'm a Trader Joe's, loyalist. They have the everything but the elote seasoning, which I think is phenomenal. Like, it's great on vegetables. So it's, all the flavor. It's got a little bit of dried cotija cheese and, some, all the things that you would expect all the flavors that you would expect to find in some elote. They've got that. They've also got this new Caribbean citrus that you could use like as a seasoning on chicken. That one's pretty good, but everything requires a little bit more salt. But shout out to Trader Joe's for you know what else I like about Trader Joe's is that they're always evolving everything that they offer, right? Like they have their seasonal stuff. They've got their they've got the stuff that to expect, like your milk, cheese, eggs, bread. They've got the staples. Then they've got the seasonal
but if you go there for milk and bread and cheese, you're rich. I'm sorry.
What?
Right. So I said, milk, cheese.
No,
milk, cheese,
not
bread.
Trader Joe's. Sorry, I was thinking of Whole Foods. Yeah, no, my bad. Sorry.
I was
What's
like,
your
I go there
favorite-
specifically for that.
What is your number one thing, Zilla, that if you could only pick one thing to eat from Trader Joe's the rest of your life, what would it be?
I don't know.
I know what mine is.
Okay, go.
Dried mango. Their dried mango
it
is
is good.
incredible. And number two is Marcona almonds with rosemary and sea salt.
Oh yeah. I had a few weeks back.
Look at Neil's face. Look at Neil's face.
Well, no, because like for me with Trader Joe's, I go there specifically for their ribeyes. Weirdly
Okay.
enough, they have fat ribeyes, and it's actually really affordable. But
Yes.
if anything is like their own coin thing, their either their cookie butter or their what is it, specloos?
Oh, the specloos.
What is that?
What?
Cookie butter. Cookie butter.
Speculoos? I've never heard of it.
Oh my god! You get that, and you get like a carton of ice cream, and then you scoop it and scoop it.
Butter?
Neil,
is it butter?
Neil, they have speculoos ice cream now.
Oh yeah, that's right. That is right. But if you get Ben and Jerry's, you can get anything you want with speculoos.
Sounds like a disease. Oh, where's Neil today? Oh, he's got speculoos.
And he's loving it.
So I think the original name, Justin, or you're a Delta flyer. You know those Lotus cookies that you get on Delta?
The
That's
biscotti?
what that is. Yeah, the yes.
Love
the Lotus. That's the type. So speculoos
bet
is like
money-
a type of cookie.
I would bet money. I haven't flown in months, right? I would bet money I have some of those biscotti in my backpack right now.
Those things are great in coffee. You dip them in
Yep.
coffee.
Oh,
Yep.
so good. The Biscoff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Lotus
Yes.
Biscoff.
Biscoff. So good.
Speculoos is like cookie butter or like a peanut butter, but it tastes more chocolatey, Nutella-ishy kind of. It's its own thing.
Okay.
I love snacks. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I love a good snack.
Oh my god! When the quarantine hit, we hit Trader Joe's so hard, and then I was like, I can't do this. If we're gonna be locked down for a while, I cannot do this because I will gain about 20 pounds every day.
So what's the deal with the pizza? You haven't been eating pizza, and you got a pizza tonight. What's going on? Why? What's the special occasion?
Well, no. My roommate is celebrating like something that happened at work, and I was like, you know what, pizza party. So
You're a very considerate
because-
roommate there, Neil.
Is that because you were happy for her, or because you wanted pizza, an excuse to have pizza?
no. I have. When I say that I go to Trader Joe's for ribeyes, I go for a gang of ribeyes. I can eat steak every day.
I could too. I love a good steak.
Yeah, Trader Joe's has fat ass ribeyes.
Or the marinated chicken, like in the fresh case that they have, like they'll have like a shawarma seasoned chicken thighs, or and again that's all seasonal. They got all sorts of different stuff. But Trader Joe's is easy in and out. And you know why I like spending my money at Trader Joe's? They've got like the Rolls Royce of customer service. I've never once stepped into a Trader Joe's with people in an Aloha shirt being pissed off to be at work. First of all, you can't be angry when you're wearing a Hawaiian shirt. It's against the rules.
Yep. If
And
I
these
saw
folks-
that, I just tear it off. Like, take that shit off.
Yeah, you don't belong here. Get out. But yeah, like Trader Joe's employees, like their customer service is top notch. Even through this whole panorama thing, like they have, they're maintaining the amount of people that are in the stores. They've got the directional signage up and down the aisles, at least in my neighborhood. Like they're looking out after their people, which is important. They're looking out after their customers, which is important. I just want to find out who is responsible for placing Trader Joe's in locations that have the shittiest parking lots all throughout America. I have yet to find a Trader Joe's that has this is a good parking lot.
That is
Not one.
1,000,000% true.
Horrible.
I mean, you're talking to somebody who lives in here. The only thing about Trader Joe's here is the lines wrap around the entire store to check out. But just like the good customer service, like it flies by.
Yeah. Because they actually have people doing their job. Like, oh, this person is responsible for the amount of people coming in. This person is responsible for directing traffic. So on the surface, sure, it looks like it's a bit of a chore. But when you actually delegate those responsibilities out to people and you're keeping people employed by keeping people happy, God forbid, you know, just saying. Wait, Jen, there's a Trader Joe's in Carmel Valley? Shows you what I know. I go to the one in La Jolla, next to my house.
Yeah, but yeah, those lines get insane. And I remember the first one we had. Holy shit, that thing went all the way down the street. It was on 14th and 3rd. Mm-hmm. That thing went down 14th, south on 3rd. I was like, it ain't that serious. It is not that serious. So
it's it's consistent too, and it's not super expensive. I mean, it's not you're not shopping at grocery outlet bargain market, but you're getting decent value for your money. The other big one, which I guess they're affiliated with, that's making a big expansion on the West Coast, is Aldi. Do you guys have those where you're at? Aldi Grocers,
no.
ALDI.
No.
All right, moving on.
Wait, where's it originated from?
I think it's a German brand, but they're affiliated with Trader Joe's, and same thing. Minimal. Just very direct stock. Not a lot of. How do I put it? Like you got to bag your own groceries, like those types of places.
Oh, okay. I don't mind that.
I'm out.
Listen, Justin, most places now, I just walked in, I walked into the Vons, which is the Safeway, Albertsons, one of their brands out here, and they're ripping out all of the counters and putting in self-checkout. So
I love self-checkout. It doesn't bother me at all. What I will not do is go to self-checkout if I have like fruit and produce and stuff like that. Because I'm not going to like start looking up codes and shit.
You're not paying me $15 an hour to look this shit up.
What, Neil?
You just type it in. I literally was at Whole Foods 3 days ago. Broccoli, steak, and it just pops up.
That's too much.
Jeez.
I'll scan that shit if there's a barcode. That's as much work as I'm doing.
Lisa S is saying Aldi stores. It's German. Instead of Skittles, they have Scattles.
I like that name better. It sounds amazing.
They should actually like make a collab. Skittle Scattles.
Right? Well, that's funny. Yeah, man. It's, I still get a little spooked out going to the grocery stores though, just because people are dirty.
Yeah, well, I mean, this comes down to why I scrub my groceries still.
But that's why I like to go to Trader Joe's, because I feel better about it, because I know that they are proactive in keeping their stores as clean as possible. At least the one next to my house.
Yeah, I mean,
anybody got a link on vaccines yet, or what? Are you guys going to stay in your houses forever? Although, Neil, I saw you went out.
Yeah. Now look, like. I'm not saying that I'm like literally locked into my apartment. Like I'm venturing out. I do a segment each week where I support local businesses by buying stuff and doing IRL streams. I'm going out, but I'm just very careful. I mask up.
You pick your shots.
Yeah, I double mask up. If I'm gonna go to the store, I'll scrub it, and that's just, dude. Seriously, after this whole quarantine thing, it and really thinking about it, I didn't realize how lax and dirty I was living. I was starting to buy stuff, and I didn't realize how many people were actually touching it. Now, I was a germaphobe. I still am, but when you stand there in a supermarket and watch people grab stuff, I never really bothered thinking about that pre-COVID. So you bring that stuff back into your house, you put it in your cupboards, and that's the only thing that I'm saying is like, just be careful. Yes, I went out, but I'm not hanging out at bars. I'm not doing any of that.
Justin.
Yeah.
I went to lunch, and then we went and had drinks at a pool. So we were outside. There was no one there. And we went and had dinner. I wasn't at a bar.
Indoor seating.
Yeah.
Look, I do
Neil.
go out. I do go out. I go out quite often, actually. I go out every single day, actually.
No, I know, but you went to like a restaurant. Did you go to Carbone? Did you eat?
I did. Outdoor seating, cold as hell.
How was it though? Is it delicious?
Carbone is good. It's good.
I love the one in Vegas. I've never been to New York.
The one in New York is, from what I understand from people that haven't went to both, the New York one is way better.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it was. I went. We ate outside. There was 2 other tables, and for New York City though, it is completely dead. Like, I was on West Broadway, and it was me. It was our table and 2 other people. 2 other groups, and that was it.
Wow.
Although the outdoor seating is getting pretty gnarly. Like, Carbone had an indoor-outdoor seating. We opted for the outside. But, like, they're not indoor. I'm sorry. It's the outdoor seating, but American Express put together this outdoor seating. Like, it may have been just an extension of the restaurant. I was like, what is this? That American Express and Carbone, like, logos everywhere. And I was like, where is the ventilation in this thing? It looked like a diesel truck just like rolled up and they just put seats and tables in it.
That's funny.
I was like, I do not want to get into that thing. Like, I am okay with sitting outside. So,
Jen in the chat is saying Vegas is opening next month for pool parties. That is correct. March pool parties. No nightclubs yet, though. Not yet.
Pool parties limited capacity?
Yeah, like resort. They're calling them resort pools now. Like, some of the party pools are opening, but they're just quote unquote resort pools. They're not going to promote DJs, but there will be music. Half capacity.
Half capacity.
Yeah, something like that. You can't.
The capacity of Marquee at half capacity is still that's still a small city.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can't have more than a certain amount of people in your group. You can't get up and like go talk to the table next to you. Like, there's a lot of rules.
Yeah,
But
look,
at least it's something.
Yeah, I get it. Like, I don't know how much more the country's going to be able to take financially. Like, this thing is, I'm sure we're getting hit hard. It's just going to be interesting to see, and I'm just gonna sit back and wait.
Yeah, a lot of vaccines have gone out already, and there's a hell of a lot more coming. So hopefully, we're good.
As soon as it's my turn, put that shot in my arm. Let's go. Like, I'm still going to be safe about shit, right? Like, I'm still going to mask up. I'm still going to keep my distance from people that I don't know to an extent. But
so hold on.
Go ahead.
Once everybody's vaccinated, so 6 months from now, right? And there's no mask mandate outside. You still putting a mask on?
That's it. I haven't thought about that. Yeah, maybe I will, personally. I would do it in certain circumstances. If I'm in an enclosed environment, for example, if I'm on a plane, I don't think that I will ever fly again and not wear a mask.
Okay.
Because it's confined. It's for an extended period. Like, if it's a 45-minute flight from here to Vegas, probably not. But if, like, I'm going to, let's say, take a shot to Honolulu, I'm going to wear a mask. It's
what's
6 hours. Well, you're in and out. You're on and you're off, right?
Yeah, but everybody on that flight is going to cough or sneeze in a 45-minute flight.
You hope not.
Talk, eat, breathe.
To be honest, I haven't really thought that far ahead about it. I don't know.
I probably will mask up quite often, actually.
What
This
about in
whole thing
nightclubs,
really
Neil?
just, yeah, probably, and plus, it kind of looks cooler.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if Dead Mouse can wear a fucking mouse head, why shouldn't you look like a ninja? It's cool.
Yeah.
For me, and I noticed this today when I was going into my, bad cop negotiating mode. I was worried about wearing a mask because, as I can be a little sarcastic, and but my sarcasm gets diffused by me laughing or smiling or making a funny face or whatever, which you can't see in a mask. So that's been tough for me, for people to kind of not think I'm an asshole. But no comments, please. But this dealership today, 80% of the people were not wearing masks.
Because you're in Arizona.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
COVID doesn't exist in Arizona.
No, it doesn't. Completely get it. But yeah, I'll probably wear masks, short trips, long trips. Yeah, this whole thing it spooked me, but it just after thinking about it more and more, it just started to make me realize that I need to change my habits, my travel habits, and just habits in general. Like, yeah, groceries are dirty, airplanes dirty,
hotel rooms are dirty, bro. I saw
Hotel.
this thing where somebody took a black light to their sanitized room at the Cosmopolitan, and I will never stay at the Cosmo ever again. Because if you know anything, the Cosmo is just one giant porn set. I mean, that place is just dirty.
Yeah.
Like, you could sit, if you were a female, you could just like sit on a chaise lounge and get pregnant. It's like,
or worse.
Yes.
Or worse.
How'd you get herpes simplex 1 through 10? Oh, I stayed at the Cosmo. What did you do? Nothing. I walked in, sat on a couch, and got sick. Like, it's dirty. People are dirty. People, I mean, you've read the statistics. The dirtiest thing in the hotel room are A, the remote control, and B, the phone. Like,
every hotel room I stay at I'm already like just creeped out by it. So
like, now I want to start staying at less popular places that people don't go to.
I feel like Airbnb is probably way more careful.
I don't know, man. I've never done that. That just sounds weird to me. Sleeping in somebody else's bed, somebody else's house.
Well, I mean,
weird.
I know people that own like Airbnbs and they have to go in there, they have to wash everything. At least you see, well, I mean, you don't see it, but it's one person that has to take care of one house. It isn't one person that has to take care of 5 floors, 50 different rooms per floor.
Well, my friends that own Airbnbs actually, like, there's companies out here in San Diego that it's maid service for Airbnbs. So, like, the people that I know, they don't see their insides of their own properties. They just send somebody else to go and do it, which is fine. I just think, like, the whole premise of, like, looking at somebody else's pictures, looking into their fridge, seeing what's in the medicine cabinet, while fun at the surface, seems just a little bit creepy. So it's just like, I don't know. Like, if it was something like a VRBO, like what is it, Verbo? Like, I'm gonna rent a cabin in the mountains for a family. Like, okay, maybe that's something, but crashing in somebody's apartment because I need to be in LA for the day just doesn't sound like the jam for me.
Right. Okay.
I stayed in a sketch Airbnb one time in downtown LA. It was rough. Like, really sketch.
Did you guys see the Hotel Cecil?
No.
I have not seen that.
You have to watch it. It's a docuseries. It only made me think of it because you were like, I stayed into this, like, you said a sketch Airbnb. Dude, you got to watch the Hotel Cecil. I didn't even know this place existed. It's basically this hotel in downtown LA that's existed since, like, the Great Depression. Actually, before that. And it's just like this hotel of death. Like, it's crazy. Like, the Night Stalker stayed there at some point. Like, it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
But, like, Yeah, people would just die all the time.
I just don't understand. Like, there are people that go out and seek out places like that. Like, I'd like to stay in the haunted room, please. Are you fucking crazy? What is like? No, I don't want. Yeah, I stayed at the Roosevelt. The Hollywood Roosevelt.
Oh, yeah.
I used to stay there a lot, and the 9th floor of the Hollywood Roosevelt is by far, it is 100% haunted. I've heard that shit. Get me off the 9th floor now. Like,
oh my God. When we were kids, me and Vice, we would always have to DJ like all age parties and stuff like that. And the Roosevelt Hotel was always the cheapest and would always allow us to throw parties, like flyer parties and sometimes proms and stuff like that. I saw a bass bottom move. When we were all packing up and leaving, I saw one move. I was like,
I heard trumpets. I heard a trumpet. Someone it was like Rico DeLargo was doing a solo set in the fucking hallway, down the way. Like, that's what I heard staying there. And they're like, oh, yeah. And like my sister says, yeah, the ghosts are friendly. I'm not trying to hang out with Casper. I only paid for one room. I don't want, I didn't ask for a rollaway. This isn't a double occupancy scenario.
Or they're going to help me pay for the room.
Thank you.
Yeah. Or they got to help me pay for the room.
You know what's funny? You just said, you just mentioned a good friend of ours, Rico DeLargo. Now, I know Rico, obviously, and I know he's a trumpeter. Trumpeteer.
He is
Trumpet player.
A trumpet
But if Zilla was describing this human being named Rico DeLargo who plays the trumpet, and you didn't know Rico, you would be like, that's actually a really good name for a trumpet guy. He sounds
Rico DeLargo, the trumpeteer.
He sounds like a trumpet guy.
Rico DeLargo sounds like a drug kingpin. Rico DeLargo, I'm saying it over and over in my head, and I'm like, it's like Rico DeLargo, and then bam, a person appears, and it's like a bullfighter.
Or
Rico DeLargo's
a small fishing village off the Amalfi Coast. We went to Italy. Where'd you stay? Oh, we had a nice little stay there in Rico DeLargo. Yeah. I got to tell you, one of the best human beings you'll ever meet. One of the nicest guys, incredibly talented. Good. I actually got a chance to talk to him last night, which I haven't done in forever.
What? Last night?
Huh? Last night. I had a conversation with Rico last night.
What are the odds? And then he comes up on the show today.
Amazing. I feel like if you have a friend named Rico DeLargo, you always have to refer to him as Rico DeLargo, even when you're talking to him.
100%.
In the third person. Hey, you've been friends for 11 years, and you're like, so Rico DeLargo.
I feel like his parents call him Rico DeLargo.
But I mean, do you have friends that do you have friends that you refer to by first name, last name?
That people refer to me as Neil Jackson.
Yeah.
I feel and I find it so weird.
Hey, Neil Jackson. I'm like, was there another Neil in the room right now that we're trying to differentiate between? Or is it
every time I think of that, where someone calls someone by their first and last name, I think of Chappelle's show, where Prince is just calling him Charlie Murphy.
Yeah. Charlie Murphy.
Charlie Murphy.
No. Not when he's yelling his name. But is it Charlie Murphy, or is it, he says someone in a very soft voice. I forget whose name it is.
Charlie Murphy.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, but we're going to go with it.
Forget it. Forget it.
Now you got me thinking about it.
I know. I'm trying to.
So that Hotel Cecil thing is just a docu-drama about people getting murdered in a hotel in downtown LA.
Well, no, it actually is based off of somewhat current, 2012. There was a missing girl report from a Canadian tourist named Elisa Lam. And she was traveling to San Diego and then came up to LA and stayed at the Cecil Hotel because it almost sounded like it was a what do you call those things? For budget travel, the budget
hostel?
Yeah, a hostel. It sounded like that, the way that they kind of described it. And she just one day went up missing. And there's it became like this cult obsession to try and figure out what happened to Lisa Lam. And they have video, and the video is kind of creepy about like they were trying to trace her steps, and they see her in different parts of the camera, but it's like, without giving out too much, it is the story about the hotel, the current, well, at the time 2012, the current state of the hotel, but then it starts to drift off into like crazy little lanes. It's insane.
Kind of like this show.
Say again?
Kind of like this show.
Exactly. You have to yeah, and the video was tampered with. You got to watch it. It's crazy cuz like they start going into something that I have to finish the last episode, but like they start going into like crazy conspiracies and stuff. And like, but it weirdly enough, it actually makes sense. All the conspiracies actually make sense. That it's weird how it's all linked. And it's just from this little Asian girl that just like showed up missing. I'm trying not to give out too much of it because it's wild. It's wild.
I think I'll watch it, so don't tell me anymore.
Yeah, it is
I'll just
wild.
leave. You guys can talk about it.
Yeah, I got to be honest though. Like, of the things that I want to watch, that's I don't know. Like things that deal with like the whole paranormal and people going missing or people dying. You know, like all of these True Detective podcasts and shit like that. Nowhere on the top of my radar. Like I can understand the appeal, but for me personally, like I'll just watch another episode of WandaVision. Thank you. I know.
It's the thing is it's not about paranormal. It's just wild. Like this. Have you ever thought like there's like a certain person or a place that's just a magnet of just like bad energy? And it's, again, it sounds like I'm going paranormal, but it's not. It's just, yeah, a little bit like him.
Wait, what?
Magnet of bad energy, and I'm just pointing at you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I blacked out from that.
Yeah, it's just it's weird. This place has just been a magnet of just like crazy things. Like from the start of the hotel till like current day, and then this happens, but then it starts to drift. But like all the drifting is all connecting, and it's crazy.
I'm a firm believer that there are some buildings that should get the Jenny Gump treatment, if you know what I mean. Like, where Jenny Gump grew up in that house and it was just all bad for her. So Forrest just showed up with a bulldozer one day and knocked that shit down. I do believe that there are buildings in this life that just need to go away. Should not mess with, shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Let me ask you that. Speaking of that,
Jenny Gump?
No. What do you think happens to Jeffrey Epstein's townhouse in New York?
Don't the government confiscate it?
I mean, I don't know, but like the thing's worth like $80 million. So
It's
what do you
uptown,
do
right?
with it? I think so.
I think I rode right past it actually. I don't know. I thought the city. I thought the state or the government takes it.
Probably, but they have to sell it or use it for something. But
Like auction it
like,
off.
Yeah, how do you like who would buy that?
Oh, dude, people will buy shit like that. Definitely.
If you have the money to buy a
bad
piece of
juju,
property,
man.
if you have the money to buy something for $80 million, you have the money to gut it, renovate it, and erase anything that, like, if you have that kind of money, because it takes a certain level of wealth for someone to buy that. And once you've reached that level of wealth, chances are you have unlimited money or access to unlimited money.
Jen is
Jen's
telling us
saying
that
it's
it's actually
listed.
listed right now.
I bet you
Googling
anything
this
it's
right now.
I bet you anything it's worth a lot of money.
Oh my God. Yes.
65 schmil.
After a $23 million price cut, Jeffrey Epstein's New York townhouse now asking $65 million.
I bet you anything some like anonymous buyers just gonna come in and just scoop it up. Like
Yeah,
people
no one's gonna-
people are attracted to shit like that.
I mean, it's a ridiculous house, like ridiculous. But that's bad juju, man.
It really is. I mean, but people love that stuff. It's like watching a car crash or like two trains collide. It's like, they'll watch it. It's bad, but they'll watch it.
I mean, there's the Spreckles Mansion in Coronado where there was a lady that was, found murdered, or they're really not sure of her cause of death. But that thing went on the market and people snapped it up in no time's flat. There are folks out there that none of that shit matters to them.
I wonder if his island is for sale.
Are you looking to go in on it? I mean, what are you trying to do here?
I don't know. It's probably pretty nice. I'm just saying. Probably pick up an island for pretty cheap.
I'm just looking at this townhouse. I wouldn't live there.
No, hell no.
I couldn't.
No, absolutely not. I mean, if someone gave it to me, I would take it and then sell it. But it'd be weird.
Yeah. You know what I want? You remember? I remember a long time ago. I was in Chicago, and you know what was for sale?
Kevin McAllister's house.
Chris Farley's apartment.
No, Cameron's house from Ferris Bueller.
Yes.
Oh, that house. Yes.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit. But that was actually a really famous. Who designed
Frank
that?
Lloyd Wright.
Yeah, this is a sick house.
I mean, I didn't know that. I just guessed it looks like a Frank Lloyd Wright house.
Yeah, it was. I was just like, oh shit, it's for sale.
Glass enclosed cantilevered garage.
Yeah, sick.
Does it come with? Oh, yeah, it came with the I think the listing was it came with a Ferrari.
No way. Really?
I think so.
Really? For the house I'm talking about?
I think so. Hold on. The Ferris Bueller house for sale. It sold. It was in Highland Park. It got a major facelift. I thought I saw that it came with a Ferrari, but maybe not.
Damn, that's kind of sick, actually.
That's what a lot of developers do, though. Now, right? Like they'll put shit in to make it more.
For a house worth $8 million. What's a couple $100,000 for a car? Throw it in. A little bonus for you.
Here, take the car.
Yeah. Guys, I'm fading. I'm exhausted. I need to get out of here. I don't know about you
just want
guys,
that milkshake.
Honestly, I totally forgot about that until you just said it. Now that you did say it, yeah, now I'm really ready to go.
His milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
Yeah, it's bringing himself to the yard.
So I'm glad we got back to business here on a Friday night. And we'll keep doing it because I have fun. Who do we want to raid? We got some people out there.
Well,
we got Mello, we got Heavy, Flips, Fashion, Chachi, Shoni, Fly, Lifestyle, William Lifestyle. What do you think, Neil?
Well, we also got D-Light.
Don't know who that is.
D-Light is a girl in our
Didn't we raid her?
No, we've never raided. She's actually just became an affiliate. They're talking about the Cecil Hotel right now. It's her and Jilly Bean. They're on stream right now.
Okay. Well, we can do that. What's
DEE.
Hold on. How do I do this again? Raid.
Are the buttons not big enough, Justin?
Oh, I have stuff here. Like I have to. Do I put an @ symbol? I forgot how to do this. No, right? DEE.
LITE.
LITE.
Like the band.
005.
Okay, so I have that
yeah,
written in.
Hannah girl. That's why that's why they are not here.
Your sister's the best.
She's the best. She's
no,
better
this
than me.
is just a random pop up.
No, I mean I think we might need a new time once the world goes back to normal. I don't want to be here on a Friday night with you two jerks.
I think
Neil,
we should,
hopefully hopefully Neil will be actually working at some point again.
Me too, for that matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Chippendale's going to open again. You got to go back to work, Zilla. What? What was that? What did that look up for?
Yo, are we rating? Because I'm starving.
Yes,
Yeah,
we're rating.
I'm
I want to
hungry.
know why Zilla just got mad at me. I made a Chippendales joke.
I'm
'Cause
not an exotic.
he's not going anywhere to work on a Friday night. That was a joke.
Are you trying to say that I'm not good enough to be an exotic dancer, Justin?
Good God. No, I've seen the Chris Farley and Patrick Swayze audition. I know. That is by far the best Saturday Night Lights live skit of all time, by the way.
One of, absolutely.
All right. Well, I put the thing in here. Let's I'm gonna hit
Hit enter, Justin. I'm now starving.
Okay, I did it. Okay, everybody, thank you for coming. Bye.
Have a great
Zilla,
week. We'll see you next week.
Neil, love you
Bye.
guys.
See
Talk
ya.
to you later.
Catch you guys later.